Hey guys, this is Ruski Designs here bringing you another tutorial on how to make stuff look like it is old or if it's worn or something like that. Basically layering text strings and doing stuff with your brushes to make what your different objects and text look like it's really old. Alright. So here's another example of what we're going to basically have at the end. I'm not going to teach you how to do all the stuff in the back, but let's get on with this. Okay, so I got my layer here, not really a big deal. I'm going to be going and getting out my risky designs again. In fact, today I'm just going to do Ruskis. And then I'm just going to have just a layer, a background layer, whatever. Like I usually do. Something it looks dark red. I'll have it a little bit light red. I'm gonna go ahead and rasterize this layer just in case we have to do anything with that. I'm gonna go to color overlay, and I'm gonna pick a stupid color. I'm gonna do a soft light of it. I'm gonna find the color that looks reasonable with the red. Deep purple looks okay. It's not a big deal. Once again, I am going to keep reiterating that throughout the whole entire video. And now I'm going to teach you two ways to make something look old. One is fogs. I'm sorry, I apologize. There's someone playing piano in the other room and are completely disregarding any sense for me. I can't do anything about it. Anyway, I'm going to be just dropping a fog layer on there. Okay? I'm going to be spreading out to the original thing. I'm going to be putting a clipping mask on it. And then I'm going to go to overlay or a soft light or something like that that gives its nice blackness to it. There's little dark black sort of stuff too. Kind of gives it like a gun smoke of metal effect, sort of, in the way. It looks nice, but also I can do this to make it even better. I can take this layer right here, I can rasterize it. I can go over it with a brush here. It's gonna take it down to like a 100. And I'm gonna darken the edges to make it look like it's been burned or something like that. And you can't tell, it's very subtle effects. They're very subtle effects actually, because it's a soft light, but it really actually does add some sort of a extra almost brutality to the fact that it's darkened and whatnot. So that looks decent. Okay, so now I'm going to go, and on top of what I've already done, so I'm going to go to my textures. I'm going to look for a nice grungy texture, something that makes it look really old and really rusty or whatever. So I'm going to look for something like that. Maybe a nice wall texture, it's just something to pop up on it. Let's see if this works, okay? And what you'll notice is in some of my tutorials, you will get this sort of realness to, you know, working through stuff, and did I understand this? I'm getting this. Am I really getting this and whatnot? So now it's looking really old. So now we got that our words look really old now, so let's zoom in on this. Alright. So not so bad, right? It almost looks like it's been sitting there for a while. Almost forgot. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I do a drop shadow on these, I'm going to resize it just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Because now I'm going to do some grunge textures on the wall to make it look like it's on the sort of a wall. And part of graphics design, in this lesson I'm going to tell you guys this, part of graphics design is adapting to what you have to deal with. I mean, if you do not have letters, sometimes you have to make do and whatnot. So obviously, you know, you test things out, you try things. It's a, you know, you never get something right on the first time. I noticed that speed arts, even though I have done one, yes, they give you sort of a distorted image of what graphics design really is. Because I know that some graphics designers, they'll do a speed art over and over and over again because it didn't render right and all that crap, and it kind of gives the audience a distorted image of how graphics design is really works. And I have a bit of a problem with that, but you know, it's kind of like one-clip edits and stuff like that. You see a one-clip edit of Modern Warfare 3 or something like that, and you know, oh, this guy's really cool. He did this awesome thing or whatever, and then like, if you look at before and after, the before is not as cool as the after, and it kind of gives a distorted image. So here, so this is a nice wall, but obviously it's not big enough for this. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of how to blend this wall in here to make it look real and in the scenario and whatnot. So it looks alright. It's not big enough, as you can tell, so I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate that, and I'm going to hide one of them, and I'm gonna rasterize this so that I can make it a black and white, and then I can start tinting it a little bit. And put a soft light or something on it, something that soft light, hard light. Let's see, just, yeah, I mean, it's trial and error, really. I'm not going to know exactly what's going to look perfect on everything like this, but it's all, I mean, really, you can't do much about that. So right now on this picture I'm working on, an overlay looks good, so I'm gonna use that. Alright, so just to remind you, I still have this version of it, and in fact I'm just going to go ahead and drag this over, and we're going to blend these two wallpapers together. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Actually, what I'm going to do in this scenario is I'm going to flip it horizontally, so that it looks like it looks like it's the same wallpaper, but it doesn't look like quite the same wallpaper. It doesn't look like it's just a duplication of the image. So I'm gonna copy this layer style and paste it. Oh wait, I forgot I have to rasterize it and make it black and white. Yes, that's what it was. And then I'm going to paste the layer style. So already, yeah, you might think, oh, that looks okay, So I'm going to take my eraser tool, and when you take the eraser tool, you're going to want to select one of the little soft ones, soft things, and you're going to want to erase part of it. So it looks like it's sort of in the scene almost, but we still have that problem with just in general, we have a problem with it looking very similar. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and move this forward a little bit, and I'm going to start erasing a little bit of this junk. I'm actually going to move this further a little bit more than that even. That looks better, okay. That looks a lot better. So now that even looks pretty native to the wall. So let's see here if I can do just a little bit to really hasn't made a difference. That looks even better, okay. Alright, so now we have the walls blended in together. And just to reiterate from my last graphics design lesson, I'm going to do a gradient map on top of this whole scene to give it its a nice sort of uniformity to it. I'm just gonna go ahead and really I don't care what the colors are going to be. Let's see here, I'm just going to have like a reddish and a purple. I think that'll look nice together. Then we're gonna go to a soft light. Actually, let's see here. I like using a soft light, I do. But, I mean, even this vivid light looks like the walls are bleeding. It's cool. So, I'm gonna take this vivid light. And, yeah, I'm gonna keep it up to 100%. Let's see if what happens if I take it down. Okay. So that's what that was what it was before, and that is what it was after. I'm going to take a curve level. And I'm going to level it out. So it looks like it's not completely natural, as you can see. But it still looks really nice, and it still looks really like sort of part of the thing. So one of the things I have not taught you guys is about making this text look really part of the scene. So I'm going to do that now. Let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to put it over there, and I'm going to add a clipping mask on it. Make it a soft light or something like that, but it really adds it. It really makes, even if it's really just really subtle to the audience, it's going to make it look a little more native to it and make it a little look like the 3D, still look 3D, but a little more native to the scene. So anyway, that is our finished product right here. And even though that does have like some pink in it and whatnot, a little girly colors and whatnot, I believe it looks pretty damn nice. So anyway, guys, I'm really glad I've been able to share my know-how about making stuff look old, and I'm looking forward to putting out more speed arts and more tutorials in the future. And please, guys, be looking for that stuff in the future. Thanks, guys, and goodbye.